Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm continuing to work on Junk Journal January 2025, hosted by Meg Journals. And today's episode is we're on day number 7, so we are going to create a tuck spot in our journals. So a tuck spot, and I pulled out a couple of things that I thought would maybe correspond a little bit. I was kind of looking at what we did yesterday, and I was trying to think of something that maybe was similar enough in color just to tie them together. And so I did find this lady. It's a digital image. I'm not quite sure which company I got that one from. It was just in my stash. I was looking for something as close as I possibly could to that color. So I found her. And I also dug through the papers that I had pulled out to use in this journal. And I think I'm going to layer this one on the background. I just wanted something with color. And I had only pulled out a few different blues, and this was the closest. So I think I'm going to go with that one. And I also pulled out, because I'm going to use her as my tuck spot. I'm going to stick something behind her. But I think I want to add a little bit of layering behind that yet. So I did pull out this digital image too. I can't remember if this is Sam Poole or if this was Ruby and Pearl, but it's one of the two. And so I just figured I'm going to just do a little bit of the writing or the script on this one. And I'm just going to rip it along here, just kind of as a background piece here. I'm just going to see what that looks like to start with. So hopefully everyone is doing good. I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, this time of year, it's don't have a lot going on. Most of my work is in the spring and the summer, and then the fall catching up on paperwork. So other than home chores and doing a little bit of crafting, that's kind of what I've been doing lately. My husband and I do have a little boy's birthday party to go to, so after I'm done doing this, I'm going to make him a little card. Most little kids seem to like those shaker cards, and he's into dinosaurs, so I'm going to make him a little shaker card with a dinosaur in it. So I think he should like that, and let me see what... So I'm going to work on that next after I'm done with this. Okay, I think I like that, but it looks a little too evenly torn, so let's tear off a little bit more here. Let's see what that looks like. So yeah, I kind of like that, so I'm wondering if maybe I could glue a little bit up there too on the page. I think I'm going to get rid of this just so I don't do anything bad to it. And as far as what I'm going to tuck in there, I did find this in my stash, and I just added the trim and sewed around the edges on that one. Again, I think this is either Ruby and Pearl or Sam Poole design. This came from a scrapbooking paper, and I lined it with some tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper, and then I also went around the number 7 because today's day number 7. So I was thinking that, would just reinforce what today is. Now that I see this, I'm wondering if I should make it like a tuck spot like this. Or I could do a double tuck spot. Put one thing there, maybe, and one thing right there. Or I just leave, I'm just going to leave it, because this is a little bit, I printed this on some pretty lightweight paper. I don't want anything bad, I guess, to happen to that. Right. And so I don't think I mentioned this early, but so the next page is that I'm adding into my journal. Again, this was just some scrapbooking paper that I had attached to an envelope. Just a junk mail. So that's kind of the base that I'm working from. And like I said, I think I'm going to do that there. But I was also thinking, I pulled out some trim. And I'm thinking I'm going to cut it off. But I think it would look kind of pretty to have some trim hanging off the edge here. So I'm going to cut this down. But I think I'm going to put that trim right there. And I think I do want to put this little piece up at the top too. So I'm gonna, that I tore off. So we'll do that too. In hindsight, I maybe should have inked the edges, but it's a little late for that now, so. I'm just going to fold this over on the edges. I'll save this for something else. But this is the piece that I kind of envisioned, I guess, being glued down. And so I'm just going to give that a second to dry. So let's see what else I can do. So that will go right there. I guess that won't hurt it if I go ahead and glue this down right away. And again, that's going to be my tuck spot. So yeah, let's go ahead and glue her down. And I'm just going to glue across the bottom and up the side so I can tuck in there. And usually when I do little tuck spots like this, I did take the image and I glued it onto a little bit heavier piece of cardstock, just because if you're putting stuff in and out of it, sometimes if you use too delicate of paper, it'll tear on you if you are pulling things in and out of your tuck spots. So I did put the image onto cardstock first. And I might have to put a little clip on that to hold it down. Doesn't want to seem to attach itself, so I'm going to go ahead and put some clips. Okay, I think that'll be cute. And then I did want to, there's a couple little flowers here at the bottom of her dress. And so I thought I would maybe highlight them. I do have this trim with some little daisies on it, so I'm thinking it might be kind of cute to glue those down. Okay, I really like that. And the other thing I wanted to do is, I don't know if you can see on her dress, she has a couple of buttons down the middle, and I thought it'd be fun to put a couple of little like flat back pearls. And I have all these flat back pearl sticker sheets. I'm just seeing, I want whatever I have that's the smallest size. And I think this set of 3 here will work right here. Let me just check it out first before I start gluing things down. Yeah. And then usually I don't trust stickers in my journals, and so I will put glue underneath it. And since this is a little bit more dimensional embellishment, I'm going to use glossy accents. It might take slightly longer to dry, but I know it'll hold it, and I won't have to worry about things coming apart later on. Most of the time I use a little tweezers to I'll hold that up so you guys can see it here. You know, the pieces were a little bit smaller, so that's what I just did right there. So while that's drying. And then let's see, what else did I think I could do on this one. I was slightly thinking about maybe adding a feather to her hat, and I just want to cut down this feather. I just want to see what it looks like here. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I just want to take a peek at it. I have a whole container full of feathers that I had left over from a project a long time ago. I did like a little dress form thing with wings on it, and I used these feathers, and so I have a bunch of these left over. And I kind of like that, and I could center it, you know, with the daisy. So let's go ahead and do that. I definitely have fun embellishing things. It's kind of one of my favorite things. I also enjoy the process of, you know, when I see little prompts like we're working on, once I kind of know what I'm going to start with, which, you know, I found this lady pretty early on to match that other page, then it was kind of fun to see what else I could come up with in my stash that I could use to coordinate with the page. So that's kind of one of my favorite things, is just the process of finding things and thinking things through. I find it relaxing, even if it takes forever to craft the page or to actually get something done. Sometimes it's just fun to think about your pages. That's why I always look at what the next day's prompt is, so I can start thinking about it right away. And sometimes I start pulling out, you know, a couple papers or ideas that I have for the next day. All right, and I think this one's going to be a relatively easy one today, because again, I already did the tuck ones before I sat down. I ran them through my sewing machine. So the only thing I have left to do is to stamp my number for today. And again, I'm using that same stamp set that I've used every day so far, that I picked up off of Amazon. And so I had the number 7, so I could stamp it up here, or maybe I'll just stamp it down in the corner, I think. So let me find my black ink, and I'll go ahead and stamp that. Then we'll see if the tuck spot's ready, if it's dried enough. So there's the number 7. I think it's good enough for right now. So let's grab the rest of the pages here. And so that'll go in there. I always like to do kind of a flip through what I have going on so far. So I think that'll work. And I don't think there's, you know, other than sticking this into the page. This was kind of a quick and simple one today. And stick those 2 pieces of ephemera in. So yeah, they can still see the number 7, which I like. I should have checked that right away. But so yeah, that's really cute. And then hopefully, you know, I don't know what day I'll decorate this one, but hopefully I'll have something that works behind this. Or I can add something on this side too to overlap, so that'll show. Very cute. So thank you again, everybody, so much for watching. And you'll have to let me know what you think. Again, I've been enjoying this whole process immensely. And so today again was number 7, tuck spot. So tomorrow is antique. And then it's hidden. So, okay. All right, those seem like some good prompts to work on the next couple of days. So until then, everyone have a wonderful day and happy crafting.